Jed Killen.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. It's clear to me that there's no doubt this government's rollout of universal credit has been a disaster. In my constituency, Rutherglen and Cambuslang Food Bank have reported there's been a 50% year-on-year increase in demand at the food bank. In the last 4 months, there's been a 22% increase in demand when compared with the previous year. Universal credit full service started this time last year. I've spoken to the people who run the food bank, and unlike the government, they don't say there are multiple complex factors for the increase in food bank use. They identify one key culprit: universal credit. But when I asked the government would they consider independent research to investigate the growing use of food banks, they said they would only review existing evidence rather than taking it upon themselves to investigate. They say that universal credit is about helping people to get back into work and to stay in work, quoting favourable employment figures. But so many working people who are claiming universal credit are still forced to rely on food banks. If you're working and you can't afford to put food on the table, that is not a job, that is exploitation. So instead of quoting employment figures that hide the reality, why doesn't the government start investigating and reporting the figures on food bank use? Why doesn't the government target itself with reversing that increasing reliance? That would be a true measure of success or failure. And if they won't do that, at the very least they should do is listen to what we are calling for today. If it is such a good system, let us see the analysis on the impact on household income and debt. Madam Deputy Speaker, yesterday the Employment Minister appeared not to fully understand my question about employees who get paid every 4 weeks rather than per calendar month. It's been raised several times this afternoon. These are people whose salary are split across 13 payments in the year, so many people will be paid twice in November, and if they're universal credit claimants, that will register as one calendar month, their earnings being too high, and they will lose their award across Christmas and will have to reapply after that. This is a system that is so good at supporting people in work, it cannot recognise a widely used payroll system. The government says it has a test and learn approach, yet from what I can see, they're not doing very much learning. Instead, they've sought to tinker around the edges, testing it with people's lives. I know that members opposite will have constituents who have been blighted by this system. I'm calling for them to do the right thing, to support our motion this afternoon. If they're not going to do it for their own constituents, perhaps they'll do it for their own party. This has already been referred to by previous Prime Ministers of the party opposite as the government's next poll tax. So please listen to our concerns, ask for the analysis and support the motion.